if you're thinking about moving to the Austin, Texas area and you keep hearing about Lake Austin, but you have no idea which neighborhood to look in, this video is for you. Because let's be real, Lake Austin is not just one neighborhood. It stretches through some of the most desirable areas in the whole city, and each one has a totally different vibe. So today, I'm walking you through 5 neighborhoods you should absolutely be looking in if you want to live near Lake Austin, especially if you're relocating and trying to balance schools, lifestyle, and being close to everything the city has to offer. And I'm going to help you figure out which neighborhood actually fits your lifestyle. So hi, I'm Megan. I'm a realtor here in Austin, and I help a lot of families like yourselves relocate to the area and figure out not just where to buy, but where you're actually going to love living. Okay, let's start with one neighborhood where most people are going to land on first. Westlake, also known as Westlake Hills, is probably one of the most well-known areas near Lake Austin. If you're relocating, especially from somewhere like New York or California, this is usually where your search begins. The biggest reason, the schools. Westlake feeds into Eanes ISD according to greatschools.org, and Eanes is consistently ranked as one of the top school districts, not just in Austin, but in the entire state of Texas. So for families, that's a huge draw. But it's not just about schools. You're also getting beautiful hill country views, some homes with Lake Austin access, and you're only about 10 to 15 minutes from downtown. So you can still go out to dinner, enjoy the city, and not feel like you're stuck in the suburbs. The vibe in Westlake is very polished. Executive families, tech professionals, people who want space, privacy, and a high quality of life. If you're looking for that balance between luxury, nature, and top tier schools, this is your spot. A quick note on pricing in Westlake. For a 4-bedroom home here, you're typically looking at around 2.5 to 4 million and up, depending on location, views, and lot size. And that pricing is largely driven by access to Eanes ISD and the proximity to downtown. Okay, so next up is Tarrytown, one of my favorites, and this one feels really different. If Westlake is more suburban luxury, Tarrytown is more classic Austin charm with a city feel. You're still right near Lake Austin, but now you're only about 5 to 10 minutes from downtown. So if it's important for you to be close to restaurants, coffee shops, and just having things to do nearby, this is where you want to look. Tarrytown is very established, lots of tree-lined streets, old character homes, and a mix of older properties, and there are lots of new builds as well. Now, the trade-off here is that the schools are not going to be consistently top ranked as Westlake, and this is according to greatschools.org, but the ratings are on the high end for Austin ISD. You're also typically working with smaller lots here. But for a lot of buyers, especially coming from a big city such as New York, that doesn't bother them at all. This is for the person who wants lifestyle first, walkability, charm, proximity, and still wants to be near the water. In Tarrytown, 4-bedroom homes are usually going to fall in the range of about 1.8 million to 3 million and up. You're paying for location here, you're close to downtown, really close to the lake, and that established Austin feel. Okay, we're going to move on. Let's talk about Davenport Ranch. This is a great choice for families. It really gives you the best of both worlds. You're still zoned to Eanes ISD, which is huge, but it feels more like a true neighborhood. You've got larger homes, more of a community vibe. Kids are out playing. There are amenities like golf, tennis, and country clubs really close by. It's a little more structured than Westlake, which can feel more spread out. And for families with kids, this is often where they feel most at home. You're still close to Lake Austin and close to downtown, but it leans a little more into that family lifestyle. So if you're looking long term, raising kids and building community, this one needs to be on the top of your list. And in Davenport Ranch, for a 4-bedroom home, you're typically looking at about 1.2 to 2.5 million and up, with some luxury properties going even higher. It's still an Eanes ISD, but often it's a slightly better value than Westlake. All right, so our next stop is River Place, and this one is for my nature lovers out there. If you want that hill country feel, the views, the trails, the outdoor living, this is where you're going to get that. Now let's talk schools, because I know that's a big deal for a lot of you. River Place is zoned to Leander ISD, with schools like River Place Elementary, 4 Points Middle School, and Vandergrift High School, which are all considered strong, highly rated options in the Austin area. And again, this is coming from ratings on greatschools.org. So you're still getting quality education, just without some of the price tags such as Westlake. And speaking of price, for a 4-bedroom home in River Place, you're typically looking at about $900,000 to $1.5 million, depending on updates, views, and size. So compared to some of the other areas we're talking about, this is where you can get more space and still stay near Lake Austin. The trade-off is that you're a little further from downtown. Think about 20 to 30 minutes for your drive. So if your priority is nature, space, and strong family environment, this is a great fit. All right, let's move on to our last, but definitely not least area. It's called Courtyard, and this is what I call a hidden gem. A lot of people relocating to Austin have never even heard of it, but it's actually one of the few neighborhoods with direct Lake Austin access. Courtyard is typically zoned to Austin ISD, and depending on the exact address, you may see schools like Highland Park Elementary, Lamar Middle School, and McCallum High School. You'll want to look at specific zoning because it can vary street by street. Now, pricing here is really interesting. For a 4-bedroom home, you're generally going to see anywhere from about 1.2 million up to 3 million, especially if you're getting waterfront or updated properties. So it spans a pretty wide range, but what you're really paying for here is lifestyle, lake access, privacy, and a tucked away feel that you just don't get in a lot of Austin neighborhoods. Okay, so let's recap. Instead of asking which neighborhood should I choose, ask yourself this. Do you want luxury and top schools? That would be Westlake. Close to everything and walkable, you'd want to look into Tarrytown. Family community with some structure, Davenport Ranch. Nature and space, that would be River Place. Or waterfront and privacy, that's Courtyard. That's how you can narrow it down. This is exactly why working with local agents matter, because 2 neighborhoods can both be near Lake Austin, but give you a completely different schools, lifestyle, and price points. If you're thinking about moving to Austin and you want help figuring out which of these areas actually fits your family, your budget, and your lifestyle, you can reach out to me. I help a lot of clients relocating from out of state, and this is exactly what we walk through together. If you'd like to schedule a call with me, you can find the link to that below. And if you want more videos like this, breaking down neighborhoods, things to do, and what it's really like living in Austin, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.